And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster, touching base with you as I always do. How are you all doing? I see there's some people in the building, already in the building. I love it. I love it. And at least I saw some people in the building. I don't know what happened. They were there, but then they're gone. I see there's one person somewhere. But anyway, it is the last day of the the Martha's Vineyard African American Film Festival. It is the last day, and I tell you, the week went by so fast. Good morning, Hannah. I see you, Hannah. And good morning. You say good morning, Kelly. Good morning. Okay, I see you. I see you. And so Hannah, when as soon as I get back to Brooklyn, I will mail you your poster. I just haven't had a chance to get to the post office from here. So, but it has been a good week. I have to tell you that this week was better than sorry, this year was better than last year, and it was we had more gaps to be able to do our editing, and it was four photographers this year instead of three. And the four photographer scenario is the best because you have so many people working together. I see Anthony's in the building. Oh, mosquito there. I should have killed the mosquito. But anyway, he has to be food for someone. Anthony says, "Good morning. I made it back across the border." Yes, thank you. Thank you for being able to come back home. Yes. Oh man. I know every time we leave the country, we have to worry about can we get back? Can we get back to the country? Can we get back to our country and our beloved America? And so yesterday was another amazing day. Y'all, I have a couple of shows that I think you're going to love. And so yesterday, yesterday, we I mean not debuted it, but showed it. And guess who was on deck? Miss Tracee Ellis Ross. And I did not get a selfie with her, but I did get great photos of her. So she was busy, but she came in strong. I mean, just I just love her personality. Her personality is so down to earth, so easygoing, so um sharing and transparent, okay with being goofy, okay with being crazy, okay with being who she is, okay with admitting who she is, what she's doing, and also not having the answers. I can appreciate that because that's me. That is me all the way. I can identify with her 100%. And I love her show called, I'll put it up again, The Solo Traveler. The Solo Traveler is what you want to look at. It's on Roku, on the Roku channel. And it says August 22nd, watch free. So it hasn't been out. It hasn't come out yet. It comes out August 22nd. So put that on your list of shows if you love traveling like I do, and if you are a solo traveler like I am. Even though she shares a lot about being a black female traveling the world, it is it is definitely her tips are good um for men and women. So it's a great show. I love it. I cannot wait to see all these episodes on Roku. And guys, if you're interested in something like this is worth your while. It is so good. So good. Um, I see Ellie says, thank you, Hannah. Yes. Oh, he said, yes, I can't wait to watch. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be a great series. I love how she does self-reflection. I love how it lets me know that I may have to buy another smartphone. I'm gonna need another smartphone when I start traveling to share with you guys. I began to look at her setup. You know me, I was observing everything. Not only was I observing the show, but I was observing her setup, her phone, her second phone. I mean, I won't have a TV. I won't have a camera guy with me or a camera girl with me. But I will. I definitely took some tips on how I'm going to do this world travel and share it with you guys as I travel as a photographer. Go back to different places in Africa, go to different places in America, go to different places and places that I've never been before. So it's going to be exciting to share that with you all. And so I'm taking some tips from the solo traveling show. I already saw some stuff that I already do, as I do here with you already, and I'll just be expanding it. And I will also be sharing a more. I think it's when you do these online, when you do YouTubing, or podcasting, or when you are doing um, anything that you are sharing a part of yourself with the public. I think it's also important to share not only the great things, but the bad things as well. The good, the bad, the ugly, the successful, the in doubt moments, the sad moments, the lonely moments, the happy moments. So I'm gonna try to give that all to you guys as I continue forward in this space. But that was again a great show to put on your calendar. Hannah says I will definitely watch. Also, another show that you should probably put on your calendar. And this is, and I mentioned this yesterday that we were going to see it, and that is, you get this in here quickly, and that is Old Gray Mare or Mar, Old Gray Mar. And so this show is about dementia. And dementia is something many families face, an unwelcome shadow that slips into quietly as our beloved ones age. But when Stephen and Robin stop by Ellen's house after returning from a relaxing cruise, their lives will never be the same. This time is not just forgotten groceries or a misplaced phone. After this, they'll wish they could forget. And it's one of those films that hits home with me as well. But it was interesting showing also the dynamics of dementia and how it affects the family. And some of the even the audience members were when they had the Q&A time, they asked the questions of more and more families are being stricken with elderly that have dementia. But not only that, but because we're living longer, there are multiple layers of. For instance, you may have a great grandmother and a grandmother living in the house, right? Because they're living longer. And the great grandmother and the grandmother have dementia, right? Because they're living longer. So the grandparent, the great, sorry, this is the grandmother will probably be in her like 80s and 90s. But then you'll see that some younger folks are getting dementia early, and they're in their 60s and 70s. And so how do you deal with that? How do you manage that? Well, they tried to, some of this stuff is, they try to go into some of this by this show, but it does invoke questions about the future, and even and especially in the new future where in America there's a cutting of the healthcare. So you have no, now we have less healthcare, we'll have less Medicaid. So what happens to these families? What happens to these families that are coming behind the baby boomers? Like, I'm the end of the baby boomers. I'm what they call the bridge. I'm the bridge generation, and I am a baby boomer, but I am also the beginning of Generation X. And so my age, we're taking care of our parents who have dementia. And um and then one woman, she said something that was very fascinating in the audience. She says, this is why she's one of the volunteers. She volunteers here for the festivals, and she volunteers for different events. And she says she goes to the library, she volunteers, she stays active even though she's retired. And then they were sharing also how a lot of times when people go into retirement, it accelerates because um, when you're in when you are I forgot what I was going. Oops, a mosquito trying to get me. God, I'm sorry about that. The mosquito was trying to get me. Um, so she was sharing that you have to keep your brain active. You have to keep your mind active. You have to keep discovering new things. So this is another reason why I feel good about traveling and leaving and kind of like doing this new phase of my life and going to different countries and visiting different people and visiting my friends and visiting around the country, around this country, around the world, is because it will strengthen my brain as I get older. A lot of the reasons for dementia, a lot, they share with dementia, is a part of dementia is the inactivity of the brain. You have to keep the muscle going. You have to keep doing things. You have to keep discovering things. You have to keep being proactive. You have to continue to mingle with people, get out and enjoy conversation, get out and be a part of clusters of people together. And so there's been some research that's showing that you have to be involved. And like for instance, I think about my parents. My father is very active, and his mind is very, very active, and he's 80. My father's 83 years old, and he's still sharp. However, my mom has dementia, and there's some proof in just me looking at my family structure. My father is always, rather, we didn't have a great relationship growing up, but what I can always say about him though is he was always involved in community, helping people. He used to work in youth centers. He used to help people in the family. He used to go to different places. He always helped young neighbors. He was always busy, always out in the streets doing his street stuff. He was a vendor, selling on the streets, interacting with people, being an entrepreneur, living, doing his thing. So his brain is totally active. And even at 84, he still works. He still gets up in the morning. He still goes across the street. He's a security guard at a corporation office building, and he makes his rounds and he takes care of the property, and then he goes back home, and then he lives his life. But he stays active. He still tries to figure out the phone. He still has a smartphone. He's still trying to play with it, still trying to learn it. Calls me up. You know, now my mother, the total opposite. My mother is a Southern belle to the max. Very, very, don't get involved. Don't bother them if they don't bother you. Don't interact if you don't need to. Keep your head down. Don't look up. Don't interact. Don't engage. Don't take chances. No, my mother, that's my mom. My mother has always been the damsel in distress personality. And she couldn't wait to retire to do nothing. And I would challenge her and say, Mom, Go to the library. Go to the what do you call these? They have this thing in at the YMCA called Silver Slippers, or sneakers or something like that, and where that people go and they can go. Senior citizens can go and interact and work out and have exercises. And my mother did none of it, and and I really believe because she was inactive, and when she left her job, she had no other function or reason to live other than all she would do. She would read her Bible every day. My mother would every day read her Bible. She would also listen to radio, listen to her scriptures and her gospel. But she was still a wallflower and never interacted. Even her neighbors, you know. Omar says, "I'm joining Silver Sneakers." Yes, right. Join the Silver Sneakers. Um, you. So I look at both of their lifestyles in my family. If you're in the building, make sure you hit the likes. And my father is still witty. My aunt is the same way. My father's sister. We just found out that she does have she has out. She's beginning to have Alzheimer's, and she is 86. So my aunt is 86 years old, right? But she is as witty as it gets. She's on the smartphone. She's on the cell phone. She interacts with me. She goes, "Nephew, send me some pictures. Let's talk about those." And then I send her pictures, like all the stuff that I'm doing here. I'll send her pictures and let her know how I'm doing and everything. She's my favorite aunt. She's my aunt that took me through life. She's the one that called me up. She's the one that picked me up from school, drove me out to Long Island, and to spend time with them. She and I have a special bond. We talk all the time. We talk on the phone. Talk about history. We talk about ancestry. We talk about life. We talk about her as a child. We talk about my life as a photographer and all the things I've done, all my achievements. My aunt has been a part of my life on so many levels. But my aunt is also engaged. And she too is very smart, very quick, very witty. It's a little slower than she used to be, but she's still witty, strict, and to the point. And that's so, again, an active mind can hold off is a disease. And same thing with my grandfather on my mother's side. My grandfather on my mother's side was active until he was 78 years old. And then he got into a car accident. He got into a car accident and he could not work any longer. He was working at the school. He would go every morning, get in the car, drive to the school. He was a school monitor. He helped the teachers. He helped the principal. He helped the kids. He helped them get on the buses. He was so engaged with his community. And the minute he got into the car accident, and then he couldn't mow his lawn, he couldn't take care of his house, he couldn't take care of himself, then dementia kind of set in. So I'm just looking at my family structure. And my grandfather lived to 99, but the last 9 years of his life, he had his dementia just got worse and worse. So it is so important that you stay active and engaged. We have to stay active and engaged. We can't we can't say, "Oh, I'm too," you hear some old folks say, "Oh, I'm old." Stop. My mother used to say that all the time. "I'm old. I can't do this. I can't." No, you old age is just a number. When I see 80-year-olds, 85-year-olds doing their lives and living their lives and doing the things that they love to do and continue to grow and keep educating yourself, keep being out and about, keep connecting with people, keep being. Can we all agree in this community? We must keep being, being about the day's business, being about helping people, encouraging people. That's how we stay alive. The fountain of youth is serving others and being there and engaging with people, building community, having a community, connecting. That's how we live. That's how we live long. That's how we keep our brains active and engaged. That's how we do. We have to keep our brains moving. We have to keep our brains engaged. We can't give up and say, "Oh, I'm old and I can't do this," or "I'm older and I can't do that. I can't, you know." No, it's not true. If you look around and look online and see some of these 80-year-olds and 90-year-olds that are doing great things, like the woman that died, what was her name with the big glasses? I forgot her name already. Oh gosh, she was such an amazing designer, and she was an interior. They used her product for interior design. Gosh, she just died, and she died at 101. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But she was engaged. She had all her mental faculties, right? Omar says, "That's why I serve at my church. I am always teaching and mentoring." Exactly. Get involved in your church. Get involved in the organization. Get involved. Mean something to people. It's so important, y'all. It's so important. Stay engaged. Okay, I should be packing my stuff in a moment so we can get ready to go. So when Mr. Wayne comes down, I am ready. But am I saying something that doesn't make sense? Or am I speaking truth? Am I speaking truth? Huh? I mean, really, think about that. We gotta stay engaged. I didn't put my jacket on. We gotta stay engaged. We gotta stay engaged. Right? Why? I mean, I'm on here with you guys every day. I plan to do this until I can't. Stay engaged. You have to stay engaged. You gotta stay engaged, y'all. Because if you don't, especially as we age, we will lose it. And we can't lose our mental faculties. We must be able to do things until we're old, old, like 100 years old. We gotta be 100 years old. We gotta live to 100. And if God blesses us with 100, then we need to have all of our brain power. We need to have all of our brain power. If not, we get stuff like dementia, Alzheimer's. And now some things are hereditary, but some things can be changed. You don't have to be. You're out? Okay. Bye. So, um, but yeah, that's how it is, my friends. That's how it is. If you don't if you don't take care of that brain, the brain can't take care of you. And the brain is everything. Is your father almost ready? Think so. Should be. Okay. So anyway, let me get my little phone set up here. Okay, here we are. Okay, there we are. Yeah, okay. Can you see me? So okay, let's see what you guys are saying here. I see DS is in the building. He says, "How's it going? How's it going? How many more days there? Today is the last day, y'all. Today is the last day. Tomorrow morning, we get on the ferry and head back to the mainland and head back home. Man, oh my, I got my finger in the wrong spot. Okay, there we go. Okay, that glare doesn't look good. That glare doesn't look good. Oh man, so are you guys agreeing? Okay, I see Kelly A says absolutely. Absolutely. We got to stay engaged. We got to stay engaged. And food, DS says, preach it. Preach it. Yes. If you're not involved in something significant that's helping others, you're missing out. You are, you know, maybe that's why it's taught that it is more blessed to give than to receive. Because the more you give, the more you get back. The more you give, the more you are going to have. It's a universal law. You can't out you can't just outgive giving. You can't lose when you're giving. You can't lose. You can only win when you're a giver. And Stia says, I saw your comment. Come on now. Come on now. Y'all better preach, right? Oh, goodness gracious. And Hannah says, speak the truth. Dia says, Ron is dropping those gems. That's right. We got to drop the gems. We got to support one another. That's how we do it. That's how we do it here in this community. We here to support one another. And man, that's how we do it. Okay, Kelly said, I can't think of her name. You know who I'm talking about, right? Y'all know who the designer. Gosh, oh, what was her name? God, it was just on my head. It just almost came out. It just almost, I mean, she's been featured in Vogue. She was featured on in magazines, Newsweek. She was a fashion designer, but y'all know who she is. But she lived to 101, and she was smart as a whip. Oh, she was smart as a whip. Dear said Bishop Ron Foster. Hey, wait, that has a ring to it. No, no bishop here, not me. So, not me. Hey, Brian is in the building. What's up, B? B says, good morning, happy Saturday. It's so good to see you, Mr. B. Mr. Brian Young, creative, is in the building. Who else is here? How's it going? Okay, I've been missing all the. Okay, I'm already through. Okay, I'm all caught up now. I'm all caught up. I mean, do you guys have any advice? Do you guys have any advice on this subject? Cause it's. Listen, I'm going back to the bench until Wayne comes down. So I like being out in the open air. I like being in the open air. So let me give you some more tips on what's happening today. So today, I'm probably not going to get pictures of Michelle Obama. And that is the sad part. I wanted to take pictures of Michelle, but it don't look like it's like they're gonna shut things down and we can't go here, we can't go there. Secret Service, it's gonna be crazy. So I might not get to photograph her, but anything's possible. I still keep believing. I still keep believing. I still keep believing. That's a Iris. Iris, thank you. Iris Apfel. She, y'all know about Iris. Iris was living her best life to the end. To the end. Yes. Yes, Iris. If you don't know who Iris is, go to her page on Instagram. Go to YouTube, go to Google and look her up. And all of the stuff she did in her 90s, in her 80s, she discovered some, I mean, she expanded her design company in her 80s. Come on. Who said you are too old? Who said you're too old? Iris. Iris. I mean, look up Iris Apfel. Look her up. She was doing everything. I think, did she die at 102 or 101? I mean, and she had all her brain. She had everything. I mean, yes, she moved slower because of her age, but she was still sharp as a whip. She was still making decisions. She was still running a company. She was also becoming a whole. She became a whole new person in her 80s and her 90s. She became 102. Yes, she was 102. And she became an online sensation in her 90s. In her 90s. Oh, did Keith, oh, Keith photographed her? We gotta go to Keith's page at some point. Wow. Think about that. She didn't know, she was using online social media at a minimum, right? And then out of nowhere, like 15 years, well, maybe it's just 10 years ago. 10 years ago. So think about it. She was in her 90s when she started using social media and became a social media sensation. Come on, y'all. It's never too late. As long as God gives us this brain and give us health, we can do anything. Y'all look at Iris. Look, I'm going to use Iris today as our motivation. Iris did not stop because of her age. And even when she couldn't move as fast as she wanted to move or do what she wanted to do, her brain was intact because she kept using it. You got to keep using your brain. Use it. It's a muscle. You got to keep learning, educating. But like Omar said, he's a member at a church. And being a member of the church, he gets to mentor, encourage, build up individuals. If you're not teaching someone, you're losing out. If you're not teaching someone, I come on here every day to teach something, to give you something. If you are not pouring into someone, you're missing piece of the equation of life. I always say it's the Timothy Paul rule. I mean, I call it that. That's my rule of thumb. The Timothy Paul rule. Everybody needs a Timothy and everybody needs a Paul. Everybody needs a Timothy. Who is Timothy? If you read the Bible, and Paul invested his life and time into Timothy. He engaged Timothy. He groomed Timothy. He shared with Timothy how to be a leader, right? Y'all all know about Paul. And if you're in the Catholic Church, if you're in the Catholic religion, you know about St. Paul. You know, St. Paul falls off the horse in Damascus or the mule. I mean, come on. Y'all know. Y'all know I'm on fire right now. You know why? Because that video yesterday on dementia, really, I mean, obviously, because I'm living it with my mother. But I am a believer that if you stay engaged, you will outlive it. You can keep going. It is a race against time. But your brain needs to be activated and it needs to be always. The great thing about being a Paul. Think about it. Paul was part of the leadership. He knew the laws. He knew all that stuff. And he kept pouring into Timothy. He also poured into Titus. But is like that known one, Timothy. So he poured into Timothy, gave Timothy everything. Everything he could know, he gave to Timothy. Right? But guess what, y'all? There's an equation to this. Everybody needs to be a Paul. Everyone needs to be a Paul. Everyone needs to be a Paul. That means if you're a Paul, you're pouring into someone knowledge, information, hope, wisdom, faith, encouragement, information, life. Come on, if you're in agreement with me, hit the likes, hit the like. Share this to someone. I think someone needs to hear this. Share this with this one. Everyone needs a Paul. Everyone needs a Timothy. You c- and it's a universal. It's a universal law. You don't even have to be a Christian to understand this one. You don't have to be a Christian to understand this one. Everybody needs a Paul. So my question to you, all you Pauls out there, who's your Timothy? Who is your Timothy? Who are you pouring into? Who are you helping to get better in something? Right? God bless all our school teachers who are Pauls. Those are the those are the ones that are helping people. So I think I may have said enough today. I might have said enough today. Get my seatbelt on, y'all. Yes, you can. But I think I got it all in. I think I got it all in. I think I have it all. I've said it all. And if you are a Timothy, because we have to be both. We have to be a Timothy, we have to be a Paul. And if you are a Timothy, who is your Paul? You have to have both sides of the equation operating at the same time in your life, right? You got to have both sides of the math equation to live your full potential life. We all must be a Timothy. We all must. Okay, there we go. We're back. Sorry about that, y'all. What else are you guys saying? Okay, so maybe you missed this one, but I'll put it on the screen again. And let's see here. There we go. Okay, let's see. Oh, I lost the other parts of the feed. Dog it, dog it. Anyway, can you guys see me? Can you see me now? Can you hear me? Okay. I see there's 9 people still here, so it's good. AM on still preaching. Okay. So, okay, there we go. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. And just say, okay, I see you guys are back. Okay, so today is another beautiful day. I mean, this was a great year here. You already made it this far. Why stop now when you can keep writing your story? Exactly. Exactly, y'all. So, so I'm a little frozen here left and right. So, what I'm going to end up doing. Oh, okay, we're back. Looks like we're back. That's what happens when you go live, but it's okay. It's to be expected. And in the new world we live in of social media and YouTubing, you want to see some nice homes? Okay, let me just get this there. Let's see what we can do here. Um, and okay, maybe I lost you guys. I don't know if you guys can see me or hear me. I think I see you there. I still see it going, but I don't know if you can see me or hear me. I don't have my monitor, so I can't tell. So, but if you can hear me or see me, let me know. You are back now. Okay, I can see it. It's just that I'm not able to scroll. Okay, let me just take this off and see if that's gonna. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Nope, 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 nope. That's not what I want. Okay, no, haven't. Everything's on delay, y'all. So bear with me. Okay, we can get that back up on the screen. There we go. We got that back on the screen. Make sure you share and like and subscribe. Okay, we got that on the screen. Okay, and then that's the Patreon. Okay, so let's go back to that. Everything's on a little delay. Let's go back into comments. Yes, you're back. Yes, yes. Okay, everybody can see me. Okay, excellent. I see you guys now. I see. So again, today is the last day. So it's gonna be kind of busy. Well, not kinda. It will be busy. It's been busy all week. So, but like I said, this year has been much better. I won't have much to do when I go back home as in editing because I think I may get all my editing done here, which is great because I have a photo shoot coming up next week, which is gonna once I get back into work, other work, it's going to be busy. So look how beautiful it is up here. Let me see. Wait, let's. Okay, so I can't put my camera. Um, okay. Okay, so I can't do that. That's okay. So anyway, I'm going to end it here. I think we've said enough. Be a Paul, be a Timothy, be a Paul, be a Timothy. Also, figure out who are your Timothys and who are your Pauls. We all need a Paul in our life, and we all need a Timothy. We all need to be a Paul, and we all need to be a Timothy. Okay? So, guys, as we head over, I won't take you through the walk. Oh, maybe. What do you guys want to go? Do you want me to stay on, or do you want me to get, or you want me to let you guys go? I'll let you decide. Should I stay on? Should I give you more information about the events tonight? Like I said, so I probably won't get to photograph Michelle Obama. So that may be a wash. But hey, God is still in control. Anything could happen. She could be just passing by, and I just happen to be in the photograph. Who knows? So, but today is we have a bunch of short stories, short films coming up this morning, and and then we have a special film that's going to be honoring the heroes of Hurricane Katrina. That's what's coming up. And then we have Michelle Obama and her brother Craig Robinson. Then we also have Issa Rae, who everyone loves. Everyone loves her on HBO. She has a show called Seen and Heard Part Two. Seen and Heard Part Two. So a lot of us love Issa Rae. And then at the end of the night, which is going to be a Bon Voyage closing party. Now y'all know how I roll. I'm not a night owl by any means. so so I probably will not be at the Bon Voyage closing party. But that's supposed to happen this evening at 9 o'clock in town. So some good movies, some good shows, some good film, and then there's some other events going on in the tent. So it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day, and that's how we roll here. Hey Mimi, I see you in the building. What's going on, Mimi? Oh, Mimi is in the building. She says, "Hi, Ron and RLP family. Love it, love it." Okay, and let's see who else is in here. What else you guys are saying? Okay. Yes, I'll stay on. I'll stay on with you guys. Any questions, you guys? Do you have any questions? It's a good time to it's a good time to ask questions. You know how I know DS loves questions. So DS, I'm sure you have a question. What's going on? So any questions? I see the love. I see the love between you guys. Hi, Mimi. Omar says, "Stay, stay, stay." You know your brother Wayne is over here, Omar. Your brother Wayne is the driver. He's driving. He's the expert driver. So here we are. Here we are. We're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. So let me. I don't know if I can turn my camera. For some reason, I'm not. I can't have no access to my camera settings. Something that's interesting. Okay. So you have to see me, but not see what's going on outside of me. Maybe it's a signal changes. I don't know. Let's see. And I see that's there. Some things are here, but the only thing that's here is the thing that you need. Okay, we gotta figure this out with StreamYard. StreamYard has to figure out how to be able to share your camera when you lose your camera. Oh, there's a lot of people here already. There's a lot of folks here already. Okay, so you'll be looking at me, but then I'll just turn the camera around when I want you to see something. How about that? Yeah, the people are here. We just have regular film set this morning. But you know what's also really nice is that so many people come to support their loved ones or people that are writing or doing having their film presented here at the film festival. You got a space here. Okay, so check it out, y'all. All the people are roaming in one by one. Okay. Um, Foos, Dia says, I noticed, especially this week, how happy you are. It shows on your face all week. What did you enjoy most so far this week? Oh, it's being, one is being with these guys. Bernard and his family are so awesome. So it's good to hang out with him. But also, it's been a good week. Like I said, the projects have been good. Everything is happening nicely, and it is it's a lot of work, but it's fun work. You guys know I love photography, and I love being an event photographer. I love being an event photographer. Um, it's one of my favorite things to do um, for work. So that's what I love to do. Whoops. So hold on a second, y'all. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, B. Okay, I'll meet you guys inside. Okay, so yeah, that's a good question. Um, I have to say also, it was meeting a lot of celebrities. Like, let me get. Oh, excuse me. Did I just burp? Did I just burp into the camera? Did I just burp? Did I just burp here? Okay, so let me get my hand out the way. There, thank you. Okay, let me get my hand out the way. So, what's been really good is I've been able to meet so many people. I got to meet Jennifer Hudson, got to hang out with her, got to hang out with um, Courtney B. Vance, got to hang out with a bunch of folks. So it was really great. Hello, folks. How you guys doing? Hey, good. So, um, hello, hello, hello. Good morning. So, this is how I am normally. You guys just don't get a chance to see the side of me because usually I'm behind a desk. You never see me working before. So, including you in my work this week has been fun too. So you can see what I do. And so that has been fun to share with you. And I love it. You guys matter. And so I get to share this with you all. So I think he's I want to say, oh, you're putting your stuff in here? You're not gonna oh you always put your stuff in here, right? Yes. Okay. So there's gonna be a point I'm gonna set up. I'll show you my setup like I did yesterday. And oh, I gotta do this now. This is where the MVAF staff. Okay, that's it. That's a good shot. Okay. So at some point today, I may not be able to get back in here. So I have to take everything I need because when Secret Service gets here, for Michelle Obama, I won't be able to get back into this space until after she's gone. So that's the deal. And so I have to set up everything. I mean, I had to make sure everything is with me. The great thing about these photographers' jackets, let me show you what it looks like. And oops, let me put it here and I'll just show it off. I'll model for you. Okay, so I'm gonna step back. I gotta go further down. Let me get my stand. Let me get my stand out. Okay, because that's how you can see me. Okay, get my stand out. Oops, oopsie, 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 oopsie. Okay, here we go. Let's get back on there. Okay, so there you go. So these photographer jackets are the best invention ever because you see, there are so many pockets. There's pockets here. There's pockets here for my pen. There's a zip pocket there. There's zips here for my pens, my all my gear, my film, not film, but my batteries and stuff like that. So my batteries are all in this little guy. And then there's a pouch in the back if I need to put a notebook. Then I got this one over, and I can put credentials here. This hooks my credentials on here, so it's kind of like sneaks out, but it's also a pocket. This also is another pocket. Then there's an inside pocket for so I can get into my jacket and grab things. There's also inside pockets for long, like my lens or my flash. So my flash can go in here or on this side. This jacket is a godsend. And I appreciate. So for instance, if I'm out and I want to grab a bottle of water, I just take this bottle of water, throw it in here. You don't even see it. It's going nowhere. It's there. So yeah, I'll grab that later. But we are here, so I'll take you through it again. Hi, Amelia. Hello. The Vineyard Lounge. She's in the Vineyard Lounge. Setting up. So this is my tool of choice. This goes with me everywhere. And what I did, nice. What I did this morning, which I forgot to do before, is I have pouches of cable. So this has B for the B type cables. And then, since we all have moved to C's, I have all my C cables here. So I use my C cables. And so that way I know exactly where my cables are. So my patches, they're labeled. I very rarely use the B's. The B's are a backup. I don't use them. Okay, so what I am doing is I'm going to set up, like this is going to go with me because I might need it because Michelle Obama will be here. And when this room goes into lockdown, I may not be able to get back in here. So I'm putting this in my pocket. I have my cables with me at all times in case I need them. Um, Also, once she arrives, I won't be able to edit because I won't be able to edit in this space again. So this is my wonderful computer, laptop that I do all my edits on. And this is that picture, that screensaver is my picture. That's my screensaver, which is my picture. You see that? Ha 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 ha. So that's there. And also, what I do is I have my drive readers, like I showed you guys yesterday. This one drive. Has the SD cards and the super fast cards, the CF cards. So it does both. And and um, and then I have to set up my cables. This is the most important part of the day, is getting my station set up so I can be efficient. Omar, you're another photographer, so you know this stuff. And I'm gonna move you over. I'm gonna add you to this. Okay, coming off with the big one here. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I'll plug you in. I got you plugged in. So what we do is we also help each other and look out for each other here in this office space. Okay. I had to extend out. So, what questions do you have? I see more. If you have any questions, be sure to ask. Anthony says, I'm at the Honda dealer getting some work done on my wife's car and editing vacation photos. There you go. That's how you do it. I see here, Mimi says it's probably the current location. Give it a few. Um, I see also Dia says, I noticed especially this week. Okay, got that one. Omar says, listen to you while I was cleaning my fish tank. Omar, you're so much like my father. You remind me of my father in so many ways. Gosh, my father loves fish. He used to have the fish tank when we were kids. And okay, so I'm gonna quote up to you guys. Oh, Anthony says, I'm down to stay on. I'm doing homework for next year. And then Omar says, stay. Okay, so we're all caught up. We're all caught up. Any questions? If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to ask. Um, so again, I'm setting up my computer so that way my computer is always powered up. So the great thing about I have to say about if you don't buy the long cable for your tablet, I'm sorry, your laptop, this cable is so freaking long. Look at that. Holy moly. I love the Apple cable. It really is great. It really is great. So, okay, so I have her phone here on the other end of that because I can take my phone and charge it through my computer. So that way she can have some power. Okay, so we're all set up there. But technically I could put this in the wall too, since that one. Hold on a second, y'all. Put this in the wall because of the angle of this. Again, it's all about efficiencies. I am all about efficiencies. I cannot function if things are not in place. And when I first got the Apple mouse, it drove me insane. I used to hate this thing. But now I love it. I used to complain about that mouse every freaking day. So so let me close. Someone's phone is ringing. Someone's phone is ringing. So I just took off my jacket. And now, let me see here. Now I'm gonna bring this over to here. There you go. So now I have my other big camera bag that goes in here. That's where all the goodies are. That's where all my goodies are, and that I'm going to need today. The good thing about today is I think today is not. I know it's supposed to be crazy because Secret Service is going to be here, but it's the end of the festival. And I think most of the big wigs, the people that were like fun, I know that sounds bad. The people that were fun, they already came and gone. Like meeting Jasmine Croc. Oh my God. Meeting Jasmine Crockett. Wow. That was a highlight. Meeting Liana Presley. That was a highlight. This is to answer DS's questions as I've thought about it. Also, meeting Al Sharpton again. I haven't seen Al Sharpton. How you doing, Spencer? I haven't seen Al Sharpton since I was a teenager because he and my adopted dad were friends, and they both went to the same church um, back when they were kids, when they were young. So it was interesting to be able to see him, and I did not go into reminding him of I didn't say, hey, remember, you know, that's what happened when you're this adopted PK. So my adopted dad was a PK. Hey, Emma. My Emma is in the building, y'all. She is in the building, and keeps me, she keeps me aligned because when I need to go into the auditorium to photograph the panel discussions, she is the timer. She times everybody. She's like, okay, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 1 minute. So, what is Mimi saying? Mimi says, food playing, he is in his element. I am. And this is why I'm able to share this with you all so efficiently because this is how I roll every day when at work. When I'm not at home and I'm working as a photographer, as a photographer should, then I'm at home. This is what I do. I think I'm gonna add this here so it won't slide. Yes, that's much better. So, oh, let me show you what this is I have here. I got this years ago from Adorama, and this is like a little pad. You can kind of like Velcro it to different surfaces, but it's nice and smooth, and it also keeps your items from sliding off surfaces. Like I have my computer and laptop is on a desk. If someone happens to nudge it, it won't slide off the desk because it's sitting on this. And yet it's also flat enough that it allows for the airflow for the laptop. So, if I can show you that, let me show you what that looks like. So you see what that looks like? See? And oops, I lost my sound. Hold on a second. Let me put my sound back in. There we go. There's my sound. Okay, so so yes, I am in my element. You are right. You are right. I'm in my element. I mentioned yesterday. This is my mouse pad, and I got this from Dubai. When I was in Dubai in the Middle East, I said, "Wow, that's a cool mouse pad. Isn't it a cool mouse pad?" So it just psychologically makes me feel like I'm at home. Okay. Um, Bernard, are we up to doing anything, or are we still waiting for just after the shorts? There's nothing going on right now, correct? Okay. So we're here. We're on time. 11 o'clock is when the shorts begin. So they're in the building to see the film. However, around looks like I think on this schedule ends at 1 o'clock. So usually I'm in the auditorium about 12:30. So I end up catching the last part of the film, but then they have what's called panel discussion. So there's one, two, three, four, five films today, this morning. And then all five of the filmmakers will go onto the stage. And then each one will talk about who they are and their film. And then there's a Q&A between them and the audience. My job is to photograph them as they are talking and sharing, and then as they're interacting with the audience, and then create a series of pictures so that way they can share for their press and whatever they need. Okay, so that's what's going to be happening there. Now, yes, oh, for all those that knew me in my life in the past, they know that I am a big Ralph Lauren clothes clothes wearer. I had the hardest thing for me to do when I cleaned out my apartment. And you remember I told you I was cleaning out my closet so I can get ready to sell the apartment. And I gave 50% of my clothing to the Goodwill. Well, one of the hardest things to do was to give away my Ralph Lauren old sweaters, scarves. I didn't give away all my scarves. I still sell I have a lot of Ralph Lauren classic clothing. And so yesterday they had they premiered the Ralph Lauren documentary about Black culture and Oak Bluff. And so how Black people came to Martha's Vineyard as a place of refuge and to escape the South and to find a place where they could be free and to be happy and to be safe. And they came to live here at Martha's Vineyard. And so you have the Oak Bluff, and you have also called Inkwell, is where you see a bunch. There's always a prayer meeting going on every morning. I do believe at the sunrise, whenever sunrise is, they are out there and they're singing and worshiping God and praising God and having the church services on the beach every morning in Inkwell. It's been going on for, I guess, now more than a century. And so I have to tell you, Ralph Lauren did a great job in putting that documentary together. I am always impressed with Black history, and that was very well done. And what they did was the the clothesline designer is African American, and and they were sharing the story of all of the research that they had to do to get a real full feel of the history here on Oak Bluffs and the people that live here and all the people that are the descendants of the people that migrated here. The film is excellent, so you can check it out on. I'll put all these links eventually at some point to these videos. But the Oak Bluff video from Ralph Lauren, you can just Google it. It'll pop up on the screen. I think I did share some of it a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, and it was very good. But I had a great opportunity to photograph the team, the staff, those that worked on the project, and all the people from the panel discussion. Um, the CEO of Ralph Lauren company. It was so good. It was very good. I have to tell you. I know they're getting a lot of some places they're getting a lot of slack for creating such a Ralph Lauren. You can't. That's the sad thing about our society. There's always someone that's going to be a hater because you have to kind of give Ralph Lauren some credit. We live in the world of anything that's Black associated is being banned, and corporations are all falling in line like Target. But Ralph Lauren decided, yes, it's great marketing. Yes, it is money making. It's all about the dollar. But still, they could have scrapped it. They could have said, you know what, this project is just too much heat going on with this president. We could just scrap this. But they chose to go through with it. So I commend them. And I think it was well done. It's absolutely good. It's great. I mean, and then they create a whole clothesline based on people that live here, based on the history. So what a perfect marriage for this season this year. So that was another standout. And yesterday I had an opportunity to photograph everyone, some of the models and stuff. So it was good. I see here when you able to view any movies. Yes, I was able to view lots of movies, and that's why I'm able to give you guys the critiques during the day. When I come on here, I'm able to give you some critiques and share. For some reason, my scrolling is not working. What is wrong with this thing? Hopefully, maybe I can go online. Maybe I can just like add. Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can do this from my computer, my laptop. Now that my laptop is here, and I can now get my signal on. And let's see here. No, no, be you. And so this is. Let me see if I can get my switch this over to my laptop because definitely the phone is stuck. It's got some problems. And then I'm gonna let you guys go. But bear with me as I share a couple more things with you all. And let me put this away. Let me put that away. Put that away. Okay, here we go. I should be able to log in and do this more efficiently. Let's see. I wonder if it would have me go in as a guest. We'll see with this. I've never done this before. So we'll see if I can switch over. Okay. I think I can. I think I can. So that way I can see your questions because I can't see your questions on this phone. Okay. And private relay. Okay, so we're there. Okay. So let's see what happens here. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe not. This. Okay. Oh, which episode? Hold on, y'all. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna go into the room. I'm going into the studio. I'm entering the studio now. Okay, there we go. Yes, we're working. So nice. Okay, so I'm gonna take this one off. I'm gonna end this video. There we go. Oh, there I am. 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 Oh, that's not good. Oh, hold on. That doesn't. Okay. We've never done this. Okay. So I'm gonna take. Okay, there we go. There we go. Can you see me? Now I can see I can see what you're saying here. Okay. So I see here, Anthony says, oh, the perm too. Omar says, I photographed Al Sharpton when he was fat. Yeah, he lost a lot of weight. You have to, Al Sharpton, like I mentioned yesterday. Let me just see here. Hold on a second. I'm getting the feedback here. I'm getting some feedback. I'm gonna end this here. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay. So, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me running? And so, we're in the industry. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would